Today, we have a massive update from ChatGPT. We have a new boss in town. I'll show you the leaderboards in a second. And essentially, GPT-4o have released a new update. Now, this is not any type of update. It's actually designed for more creative writing, right? So this is going to be really powerful for SEOs because now you can create better content at a higher level that's more creative and hopefully doesn't start with today's digital landscape, blah, 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 right? Now, here's the announcement. So this was made on the 21st of November, so just a few hours ago. OpenAI have said GPT-4o got an update. The model's creative writing ability is leveled up, more natural, engaging, and tailored writing to improve relevance and readability, which is basically ideal for SEOs. We'll be testing out today, and I'll show you some cool prompts you can use with it. Along with it, it's also better at working with uploaded files, providing deeper insights and more thorough responses. Now, here's the other thing about this. So recently, I did a video about how Gemini 1114 experimental was smashing the leaderboards and was actually ranked #1. But OpenAI has just reclaimed the top spot on the leaderboard for Chatbot Arena, which is where basically people test different chatbots side by side with AI, and then they vote without knowing which model it is on which one they like the most. And GPT and the new version of ChatGPT-4o has come out as #1. So you can see here, for example, for creative writing, it actually went from #2 to #1, coding #2, #1, math #4, #3, and for overall, as an AI model compared to all of them, it's gone from #2 to #1. You can see the leaderboards right here. So, for example, Claude, which is actually my preferred model for writing content up till now, is ranked to #8. ChatGPT-4o latest, the latest model of this release, is right at the top. Now, the other thing here as well is you can actually get free access to it. I'll show you how to get access to it in a minute, but pretty exciting stuff. And you can see a big leap in creative writing here. So this is the difference between all the releases of all the AI models. And you can see ChatGPT-4o 20 November release is smashing it right at the top there. Now, if you want to see the latest notes on this, you can see that right here. So they've said, we've updated GPT-4o for ChatGPT users on all paid tiers. This update to GPT-4o includes improved writing capabilities that are now more natural, audience aware, and tailored. And so this is brand new stuff. If you want to get access or if you want to check out the leaderboards, here you go. So you go to lmarena.ai and you will find the leaderboard at the top there. And additionally, you can compare all the models. So you can see ChatGPT at the top. Now, if you want to see, okay, how does this compare side by side? You can click on Arena side by side. And then you can select the model. So if you want to compare, okay, how does ChatGPT-4o latest compare versus Claude 3.5 Sonnet? You can see that right there. And additionally, inside the LM Arena, this is completely free. You're not paying for these models, right? Now, you might be wondering, okay, does this apply to the API? Does it apply to GPT-4o? Because it's not directly announced inside GPT-4o. So one of the post-training staff at OpenAI, Andrew, has said that the new update is available on GPT-4o latest API. So if you want to use this inside ChatGPT, just select the default model of 4o. Now, if you're on LM Arena and you want to just test it directly, just go to direct chat. So click on direct chat there. I'll leave all the links in the video notes at the end of today. And then we can select ChatGPT-4o latest. And we can give it a random experimental prompt. So let's take this prompt right here. I'll give you access to the prompt and we'll plug that in and we'll see what it comes back with. Now, it did say that ChatGPT now is #1, more creative, #2, better at reasoning, #3, better at giving more in-depth responses. So if we were to do this inside previous models of ChatGPT, let's select GPT-4 just as a legacy model so you can see the difference. And we'll compare these side by side. So let's first of all check out the initial response and we'll see how long the content is. So let's select that. And that's generated like a 700-word blog. And if we look at the actual content itself, it's pretty nice. Reads very conversationally. So it's like, what is SEO? Let's be real for a sec. You've probably heard the term SEO thrown around. Maybe someone told you, this is the good stuff. This is what we've been waiting for, right? Like if you look at that content right there, it's just a lot more interesting. It's a lot more creative. It feels very, very human if you ask me. The only thing that's letting this down is like these big dashes over here. I still don't understand why they insert that inside ChatGPT content because it's just flagging that the content is AI generated. Let's have a go, right? And we'll plug that through Zero GPT for AI detection and just see how well it performs. So we'll go to Zero GPT, which is a free AI detector most people use if they're just using a free one. We'll plug in the content from ChatGPT-4o and we'll see how that performs. And it's still coming out as completely AI generated, right? So something to bear in mind is like, even though the content feels and looks human and it reads really nicely, it's definitely not 100% humanized. However, I can see a big difference already just by scanning it quickly when I look at the content of GPT-4o versus the content of GPT-4, which is a legacy model. So let's compare them side by side. So we've got GPT-4 over here with exactly the same prompt, and we have GPT-4o, the new creative writing section, over here. So let's compare them side by side now, and we'll see how this performs. All right, so already you can see the difference just in the formatting. You see how this is nicely formatted, like everything's on a new line. It's got some italics, got some nice quotes. It feels very humanized, starts with the right. This one feels very lame in comparison to this one. So if you read out this paragraph, right, ever wondered what SEO is all about and why it's constantly buzzing in every marketer's ears? You're not alone. Let's break it down over a virtual cuppa, no jargon, just plain talk. Doesn't feel quite right. There's something just in the air there that doesn't smell quite right when you read that content. If you have a look over here, you can see this content reads very nicely. It's like a top copywriter that you would find online. And if we actually had to compare, okay, how much editing do I need to do on this content but this versus this one? For sure, the content over on the new version of ChatGPT-4o is just much better. Now, if we actually have a look at the output, let's just compare how many words we got back from this. So we got 516. The article from ChatGPT-4o definitely seems to be more in depth, and it kind of cut off on the generating there, so you can see it's not finished its sentence. And that comes out at 670 words, which is, 30% more word count, basically. Now, obviously, I'm aware that ChatGPT-4 is the legacy model, but we're comparing GPT-4o versus GPT-4, so I think it's a fairly fair comparison in terms of just seeing the difference. Let's run the exact same prompt through Claude and just compare, okay, which one performs the best here. So we'll plug them both in now. So this is exactly the same prompt again. If I compare these side by side, so we've got exactly the same prompt from Claude versus ChatGPT-4o, it's very similar. I mean, the actual titles are honestly nicer on Claude still. So for example, what does SEO even mean versus why should you care about SEO? I would say that's a much nicer title in terms of humanization, and it's definitely a lot more creative. If we check for the depth of response, let's have a look here. So we got 428 words, whereas for sure, like ChatGPT-4o's response is a lot more in-depth and comprehensive. The other cool thing about this is as well, like if you're inside ChatGPT and you're using the new version of ChatGPT-4o, then you can flick over to ChatGPT-4 over with Canvas, and that's going to give you a lot more freedom over editing the content that you can't really do anywhere else apart from what I've seen. Probably Mistral was the closest to this. But if they've leveled up the content creation inside ChatGPT, which you can't do inside Mistral, then I would say ChatGPT-4o is winning. And then, for example, you can see here, it's kind of like Gutenberg on WordPress, where you can edit the content. We can click into that. We can ask ChatGPT, okay, rewrite this more humanized, and it will just rewrite that one single sentence rather than rewriting the whole paragraph, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to go back and forth on the whole article and change everything. We just want to rewrite different bits. And then because as well, we've got the new version of ChatGPT-4o, the new update for creative writing inside the canvas. What we should be able to do is, if you go inside ChatGPT, because it's got the context of the canvas, and we'll say, find me 5 internal links I could add from juliangoldie.com to insert into the article. From there, we can start automating our internal links very quickly. And we can get it to actually comment throughout the content, like you can see right here, and just tell us like, okay, where would we want to link to? So for example, here you might link to an SEO mastermind page to guide readers to your coaching program. So if we hit apply like so, right? Now, for example, it's rewritten the paragraph. It found the best place to insert the internal link. It's inserted the link right there. And that is not hallucinated, it actually works. And creative writing and just creating a really high quality article inside the content is going to be much easier and better. And I think this will work better because we've got a smarter AI that we're working with. We can say to ChatGPT, okay, now insert more relevant entities, LSIs and NLP throughout the page for SEO optimization. And it will just start rewriting the content. As you can see right here, it's just rewriting the relevant parts of the page. As you can see, some parts it doesn't seem to be able to edit, but you can see here how it's auto-editing certain parts of the page, inserted some new paragraphs, etc. to get that working. It's still not that smooth, but it did seem to work. It has inserted more content inside the article that's NLP optimized. And now if we look at that article, like 1,000 words, very little editing required. It's pretty nicely written. We should be good to go on that. One thing I'm actually curious to test is if, for example, we take the article from Claude, like so. We'll grab that, go into Zero GPT, paste that in, and just detect the article from Claude, see how that performs. Yeah, so you can see it's much more humanized, right? So even though ChatGPT is definitely better at writing now versus previous models, Claude is for sure better optimized for humanization. Like if you look through the article, just the first few lines that are that come out as AI generated, and the rest of it is humanized. So I still prefer the titles and the creativity. So thanks so much for watching. What I'm actually going to do, if you want to get access to all the prompts, they're all inside my free SEO course, link in the comments and descriptions. Comes with over 200 ChatGPT prompts, tips, workflows, templates, etc. You can see 200 ChatGPT prompts right there inside the free SEO course. And if we go to free SEO tools, and we'll type ChatGPT creative writing update. And if you want access to all the video notes from today, they're directly inside the free SEO course. Link in the comments and description. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, we have a bunch of Black Friday deals on right now. Feel free to claim them on the call. And on this call, you'll get a free SEO domination plan to discover the secrets of link building. You'll get your questions answered. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors to link building, how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Additionally, if you want to sign up for the SEO Elite Circle that comes with live coaching, onboarding calls, direct messaging with me, weekly action plans, etc., then you can type in as a coupon code on the page ELITE, hit apply, and you will save $2,000. This deal was only available until Black Friday. After that, it's taken down. So feel free to claim that and you will save thousands of dollars if you sign up now. Link in the comments and description. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.